The Whispering Woods. It was a small, forgotten town surrounded by a dense forest known as the Whispering Woods. Locals spoke in hushed tones about the place, warning outsiders to never enter after dark. For as long as anyone could remember, strange things happened in those woods. People heard voices, felt invisible hands brush their skin, and some who ventured in never came back. Jacob, a newcomer, scoffed at the warnings. He was staying in the town for work, and the idea of a haunted forest sounded like nothing more than superstitious nonsense. Determined to prove the locals wrong, he grabbed his flashlight one evening and decided to explore. The forest was eerily quiet at first, with only the crunch of leaves under his boots and the occasional rustling of trees in the breeze. But soon, the silence gave way to soft, unintelligible whispers. They seemed to come from all directions, though no one was in sight. Probably just the wind, Jacob muttered to himself, pushing forward. But the whispers grew louder, more insistent, almost like they were calling his name. Jacob! Jacob! He stopped in his tracks. That was no wind. His heart pounded, and he shined his flashlight in every direction, finding only the thick, gnarled trees looming over him. Then, something darted between the trees, too fast for him to see clearly, but definitely not human. A chill crept up his spine. The air became colder, and the whispers turned to soft giggles, like children playing hide and seek. "Turn back," a voice hissed, barely audible, as if it were right behind him. Jacob whirled around, his flashlight flickering. A shadow, too tall and too twisted to be a person, stood a few feet away. It moved closer with a jerky, unnatural gait. His legs felt like lead, but he managed to stumble backward, tripping over roots and rocks. The whispers were now a cacophony, deafening in their volume, as if the entire forest was alive with unseen watchers. Panic gripped him. He turned and ran, but the woods seemed to shift around him, paths that once led out now winding deeper into the forest. Suddenly the giggling stopped. The whispers fell silent. Jacob paused, breathing heavily, hoping he had outrun whatever was following him. But then, in the stillness, he felt it, a hand on his shoulder, cold as death. He froze. Slowly he turned his head, but no one was there, just the empty, silent woods. Yet the hand's grip tightened, and a voice, raspy and filled with malice, whispered in his ear, "You shouldn't have come." And in that moment, Jacob realized the truth. The stories weren't about people disappearing in the woods. The woods kept them. Forever,